Oliver was a young man who seemed to have everything: a high-paying job, a sleek apartment in the city, and a closet full of designer clothes. Yet, despite his material success, he felt hollow. Every morning, he woke up with a sinking feeling, asking himself, "Why am I still unhappy?" One evening, after another grueling day at work, Oliver came across a flyer pinned to a coffee shop notice board. It read, "Seeking happiness? Visit Maplewood Retreat. Find joy beyond possessions." Intrigued and desperate for change, he decided to give it a shot. The next weekend, Oliver packed his bags and drove to Maplewood Retreat, a serene and secluded place nestled in the mountains. The retreat wasn't luxurious. It was a cluster of wooden cabins surrounded by nature. He was greeted by Sophia, an elderly woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. Sophia was the caretaker of the retreat, and her calm demeanor immediately put Oliver at ease. Sophia handed him a notebook and said, "For the next 3 days, I want you to write down everything you think brings you happiness. Then we'll talk." Oliver scoffed internally. He didn't need to write to know what made him happy: his job, his car, his expensive gadgets. Still, he humored her and jotted these down. The first day, Sophia guided him through simple activities. She asked him to hike a nearby trail and sit by the river to observe the flowing water. At first, Oliver felt restless. His phone had no signal and there was nothing to distract him. But as he sat by the river, listening to the gentle sound of water and the chirping birds, he felt an unfamiliar calm wash over him. That night, he added peaceful moments to his notebook, though he still doubted it was a real source of happiness. On the second day, Sophia paired Oliver with a group of locals who came to the retreat weekly. Together, they spent the morning planting trees in a nearby meadow. It was hard work, and Oliver's hands were covered in dirt by the end of it. But as he saw the tiny saplings swaying in the wind, he felt an unexpected surge of pride. Later, one of the locals thanked him, saying, "These trees will stand here for decades, providing shade and air for generations." For the first time in a long while, Oliver felt purposeful. That evening, Sophia asked him, "What did you feel today?" Oliver hesitated but admitted, "It felt good to do something meaningful. Better than buying another gadget I don't really need." Sophia smiled knowingly. True happiness often comes from what we give, not what we get. On the final day, Sophia asked Oliver to spend time with himself. No tasks, no people, just solitude. She handed him a small mirror and said, "Take this and sit somewhere quiet. Look into it and ask yourself, who am I and what truly matters?" Skeptical but curious, Oliver took the mirror and found a spot under a sprawling oak tree. At first, he felt silly staring at his reflection, but as he sat there, a wave of clarity hit him. He realized that most of his life had been spent chasing things society told him would make him happy: wealth, possessions, and status. Yet none of those had filled the emptiness inside. The moments that had brought him peace at the retreat, nature, meaningful work, and connection, had nothing to do with material success. When Oliver returned to Sophia that evening, he handed her the mirror. "I think I've been looking for happiness in all the wrong places," he said. Sophia nodded. "Happiness isn't something you can buy or chase. It's in the simple things: being present, doing good, and finding purpose." As Oliver left the retreat, he felt lighter, as though a burden had been lifted. He returned to his city life with a new perspective. He started spending more time outdoors, volunteering at a local shelter, and reconnecting with old friends. He even downsized his lifestyle, letting go of things he once thought were essential. For the first time in years, Oliver didn't just seem happy, he felt it. And it wasn't because of what he owned, but because of how he chose to live.